There's the bike. I washed it yesterday and I polished it and I cleaned all the gunk out the pedals and the rear derailleur. I did all that and I've re-lubricated it all. I didn't wash the chain. I took the chain off and just kept that to one side so it didn't get wet. Because it's a waxed chain. But there we go, there's the bike. It's 22 speed, 11 at the front, 2 gears at the 11 gears at the rear, 2 gears at the front, giving me quite a nice gear ratio. I've got an 11:34 rear cassette, which is quite a big rear cassette, but I'm getting stronger and fitter and I hardly ever use the low gears anymore. Certainly not coming up that subway slope. But anyway, there's the chickens again. Look at that, isn't that nice? Now these are the Zipp 808 wheels, and I don't know if you can see, but there's a dimpling going on the wheels. That is supposed to act a bit like a golf ball, how the dimples on a golf ball make it more efficient. And apparently the wind, as it comes over the wheel, is supposed to detach itself slightly, and the turbulence is then carried on along this surface here. That there is some lead weights to counteract the weight of the the valve that's on the other side of the wheel, and it does make a bit of difference when you're cycling along. When you're not pedaling, the noise isn't so bad. Well, there you go. There's my rear camera. That's the rear facing radar. The headlight and the computer, front camera. And I don't know if you can see it, but under there I've got another little light. I just got a piece of mud on. A bit of mud, let's clean that off. This little light is a smart light, and it turns itself on. It senses when I stop, so I think it does something. I haven't been able to test it out because I've always had my my head facing forward. But I've just readjusted the saddle. I'm now down to 1.8 degrees nose down, because I was still with that 2.2 degrees nose up that I mentioned on the way here. I don't know if it will come out in the video or not, but I adjusted it so I had 2.2 degrees nose up, and that was just a little bit too much. So I've now gone to 1.8 degrees nose up, and we'll see how that behaves. But yeah, it's a balance between getting the pressure here and the pressure here where your sit bones are. Now, every cyclist should know what a sit bone is. It's a thing that causes you a great deal of pain if your saddle's too wide. But anyway, it's starting to rain again. So I shall finish this little clip about the bike, have my snack and a drink, and turn around and go home. I'm gonna, stupidly, last time I came out I didn't put new batteries in, so I'm gonna put new batteries in and then come home. Oh yeah, this is these little mirrors that I've got, quite handy to have, especially, but I do have a helmet mirror, so it's I don't tend to use them so much now. But yeah, there we go, that's my bike. It's 2 years old and it's coming up for 2,000 miles on it. It's not bad for someone that spends 6 months of his life out of the country, and the other 6 months is either raining, wet or miserable, or too windy. But yeah, I'm doing well. I absolutely love this bike. It gives me wings, as they say. So that's why I've called it Pegasus. Not only am I a demigod, but this thing absolutely makes me fly. So glad I got a road bike. So glad. Still got the mountain bike. Still love it. Had that since the 80s. Yeah, a bit reluctant to give it up, but yeah, anyway. So that's it, 5 minutes of your time. You can go back to making your tea now, as it's a Saturday. I don't know what you're having. Maybe a takeaway, maybe a few beers down the pub. Anyway, I'll catch you all later.